When the Dwarf King finished, Orwin stood up. "Well, that was beautiful. That was beautiful, sad but beautiful. I'm proud to call you friend. Friend." Others as well chimed in. There were words spoken beautiful, lovely, friend, and the Dwarf King politely bowed to each of them.
It is a tale from my own youth. Thank you.
He looked over at the Queen, who had turned her head away stiffly.
Oh. King Herla, I fear that our presence here is giving your lovely bride pain. I do not wish this. With your leave, we will depart to our own realm.
As the king signaled his assent, they reached down and picked up those chests, which were now heaping from bread and the harvest from up in this upper realm, and laying them upon their backs, they left. They heard news of the Dwarf King's approaching marriage that very winter, as one of the dwarf messengers came crunching through the snow, and from his lips poured the news that the king would marry in the spring. And would King Herla kindly adhere to his pledge and come join them for the feast? King Herla gave his promise, and then the servant left. That spring, the king prepared to embark with a few of his men gathered around him, and as just before he mounted his horse, his wife came up and grabbed him. "Please, I have an ill feeling about this. I beg you, please do not go." "Oh, you have never given him a chance." "It is not that. It is an ill feeling that I feel. I do not know. Call it intuition." "Intuition? No, it is not intuition. I think it is simply the foolish mind of a woman." "I beg you, my lord, please look deep in your heart. Do you feel completely comfortable with this?" Now, if we could have opened up King Herla's chest and stared deep into his heart, we would have seen the tiniest dark seed of fear or unrest. But also, if we could have reached up and unlocked his mind, we could have seen down in that there was even greater fright that if he would have given in to his wife so early in their marriage, well, what would the men say? Well, she might take control after that. And so he simply kissed her forehead, promising to return soon, and galloped away. They made their way deep into the heart of that dense forest, right to the base of that eerie mountain, Cader Idris. They made their way through the tangled branches to the lake, and then the stone. They banged. It opened up like a door. There stood a funny-looking dwarf. He was missing most of his teeth, and he had bare feet with long hairs on them.
"Oh, so you are the ones they sent? Oh, yes, come in, come in, come in."
As they entered, Orwin, the king's companion, moved aside one of the cobwebs, where there lay a nice, fat, juicy spider.
"No, I don't like them, I don't hear. Oh.
"Hey, come in. Such beautiful horses,"
he said as the men dismounted and rubbed their hides affectionately.
"Oh, it is a shame."
What? What is a shame?
"Oh, nothing. It is a shame that I cannot ride them out into the upper world. Yes. Well, you must be off. I cannot attend you, for I am watching your steeds. But here is a torch. The great cavern is down that way. It's about a half-day's journey. Toodaloo.
So King Herla and his companions grabbed the torch and made their way down the long, dark tunnel. Eventually, they could see a tiny little bit of light at the end. And when they reached it, it opened up into a beautiful cavern, studded with jewels up at the top, and one single candle right in the middle, lighting the whole lot. From top and bottom, like driven nails or spikes from both ends, there were stalactites and stalagmites. And way at the far end, on his throne, next to a rather homely-looking dwarfish queen, sat the Dwarf King himself, who stood up.
Thank you for coming. You are special guests. Come in, quick. Oh, yes. Feast, make merry. We will see to your every whim.
And they did. Time seemed to shift. They had no light to tell whether it was daytime or not nighttime, and so they simply ate when they were hungry. They slept when they were tired. They drank when they were thirsty, and when they felt like making merry, they danced lively dances while the Dwarf King watched and clapped his hands appreciatively. After they figured that about 3 days had passed, King Herla finally approached the Dwarf King, begging his grace and let them leave. I did promise my queen that we would return, that we would not linger. With your blessing, we will approach our world.
Oh, so soon. Pity. If you must, then I beg you please take this gift.
He reached down and picked up a white hound and held it out to him.
When you reach the upper realm, be sure and take care that you do not touch ground or dismount until this hound's paws touch earth. Go with our blessing and please come again soon.
As the dwarfs waved goodbye, King Herla and his companions made their way back up that long, dark tunnel.
I like him, I do, said Orwin. He treated me like I was a prince. The only thing I didn't like were the spiders.
Are you telling me that you, a knight, are scared of something so small as a spider?
Well, I don't like them. They give me the creeps.
Just then someone dropped something down the back of his shirt. And they all erupted into laughter, which echoed eerily off the walls of that tunnel, and so they silenced their tongues. When they finally reached the end, and that strange-looking dwarf, he had them mount and then handed up the hound to King Herla.
Oh, yes. Now 2 warnings for you. When you go out, be careful, for the light will blind you. Here, take these claws that you may get adjusted. And last of all, be sure that you do not dismount until the hound leaps down. Good? Okay. Oh, wait a moment.
The door opened up, and out they cantered. They could hear a grumble shut behind them, but they waited. It was still early in the morning, with one tiny shaft of light from the eastern sky spreading across the land. After about a half hour, their eyes had finally adjusted somewhat, and they looked around.
Why, King, I don't think that's the horse you had when you went inside, was it?
Why, no. Why, it's not. They've given me another. And yours is not the same either.
Why, it isn't. Why, neither any of ours. Oh, well, what are we to do? I, for mine, we ought to go back.
No, I have an ill feeling about it. And that was when they looked about them. For the first time, they noticed their surroundings. Instead of gnarled forest, there was a nice rolling meadow, and far in the distance, they could see white, fluffy grazing sheep with a tall sheep herder guiding them. Well, did they let us in on the wrong side? No. We entered in toward the eastern sky. Let us ride forth and see what yonder man has to say. This is strange.
Well, we could just go back.
No wish to enter that place again. Let us go. And so they rode over the meadow toward the sheep. When they reached it, Orwin spoke.
Oh, well, good to see you, fine fellow, guarding your sheep, are you? We have just been over at Cader Idris. What happened to all the forest?
The forest?
The old man stroked his beard thoughtfully.
Oh, we have not had forest here for, well over 100 years, right here.
Now, you, don't you be jesting. We just came out a few days ago, and we went in a few days ago, and there was forest here.
No, I know not what you speak.
Well, fine then, if you're going to be that way, why don't you tell us where lies King Herla's castle?
King Herla? Ah, I heard of him. It was said he disappeared 300 years ago. Simply vanished. His queen died of a broken heart.
Now you look here. That's King Herla right there. We're not going to have any bit of this. Now you tell us, where is the castle?
I don't.
Ah, that's right, and I'm going to take care of you.
And he dismounted. But as soon as his feet hit the ground, there was a breeze. He looked down, and with that breeze, right beginning with his toes, creeping up his legs, they all turned to dust. Until his voice vanished into the wind.